the next thing that I wanted to talk about, and that was how you can help. Like how you can help yourself if this is you going through it. And if you have a loved one, a friend or a family member, anybody that you are trying to help and that they are going through this. So how can you help them? Educate yourself. And you guys know that I'm big on this because you hear me say it all the time, but the more you know, educate yourself. You carry around an encyclopedia with you all the time. So take some time away from TikTok, get off of Facebook, whatever your guilty pleasure on your phone is, and, just do some research. Go on YouTube and Google videos. Thank you for watching. Hit the subscribe button while you're doing it, and give me a thumbs up. Sorry, I got to do it. But if you just take a little bit of time to research, whether it's you going through it or someone that you know and love going through it, it will make the process a lot easier on you or your loved one, because then you can know the signs, the symptoms, and you can make a plan. If you make a plan, it's like making a treatment plan with your doctor. If you have something big going on in your life that involves your health, which recovery does, you're going to make a treatment plan with your doctor about it. So I highly advise that you do the same with your friends and family. Sit down. If you're doing a 12-step program and you have a sponsor, sit down with your sponsor and do it. If you're going to maintenance, sit down with your counselor and do it. If you're not going to maintenance and you have a counselor, sit down with your counselor and do it that way. Sit down with whoever you trust and love and be like, hey, I think this is what is going to happen to me. The next step in my recovery journey. I think that I'm going to go through P.A.W.S. These are some of the symptoms that I'm going to go through. Will you sit down and go over this with me? And can we make a plan of action? It will make it easier on you. It will make it easier on your loved ones that are going to be around you. They will know what you want and expect, and they will already know it. So you don't have to be trying to express that while you feel like shit. So educate yourself. Once you start going through it, stay active. And I know that sucks, because the last thing that we want to do, especially when we're feeling down in the dumps here, is get up and go for a friggin' nature walk. Nobody wants to do that until you get up and do it, because it helps. It really does. My favorite thing to do, if Keith can get me out of the house to do it, when I feel like crap, is to go to my dad and my mom's property. I love it up there. Just something about it. There's a little, it's not little, it's a friggin' mountain, but there's a mountain that we come up to the top of. And, when we're starting to drop over the other side, I can be in the worst mood ever, not talking, mad the whole way. But I got to go outside and be in the sunshine. And as soon as we come over the top of that mountain, I can literally feel my stress level drop and my shoulders relax. Just try to plan something that that you enjoy once you get there. Even if it's just going and sitting outside and reading your favorite book or listening to your favorite podcast, go fishing. If you live near a body of water, go swimming. Something that you enjoy when you're feeling good. Because a lot of times when we are down in the dumps, when we're fighting off those feelings of depression, or if you suffer from depression on a normal basis, if it's something that you enjoy on a regular basis, just go ahead and make a plan for it and stay active. Plus, also, when you stay active, your body is going to heal faster. And the quicker we can heal, the better we are going to feel, the faster we are going to feel better. And we are all for that, right? Because we all want to feel better faster. So, it's our body's natural way to heal itself. It's distracting being outside. It boosts our natural immunity, restores the healthy balance within our bodies. It helps your brain heal. The biggest thing I will tell you about staying active when you feel crappy and you're going through P.A.W.S, a big thing for me is sleep. If I cannot sleep, I'm okay for a little while. But after about the second or third day, it really starts to wear on me in every way possible, physically, mentally, emotionally. It starts to wear on me. And if you stay active, if you go outside and, it's like taking your toddler outside and letting them run buck wild all day long, they're going to come in and crash. It's the same principle for you. So if you're having trouble sleeping, if you're suffering through P.A.W.S, you've gone a couple days and you can't sleep, go outside and go swimming. Whatever it is that you can do that will physically wear you out. And you might be able to come home and lay down and take a nap and let your body rest and relax that way. So it might help you sleep, if nothing else. Another thing that you can do that I know is going to be hard. I know it's going to be hard, but try to stay positive. Like I said earlier in the video, try to remember that this stuff that we're going through right now is only temporary. And look how far you've come. You've made it this far through your active addiction. You've made it through that first phase of acute withdrawals. If you can get through this, I'm not saying that it's going to be all sunshine and rainbows and unicorns from here out, because most people that had a drug addiction or, suffer with alcoholism or anything like this, we weren't doing it because we just thought it was a new fun habit to pick up. We were doing it because we had a lot of pain in here and we found a way to cover it up so we didn't have to deal with it. So more than likely, you got a lot of hard work in front of you. So I'm not going to tell you that it's all going to be easy, but I am going to tell you that this part of it that you're going through right now is temporary and that you can and will get through it. I promise you. And it's going to be so worth it. One day you're going to be looking back and be like, you know what? I did get through that. I did get through that. So try to remind yourself of that. I know it's hard when you're feeling like crap, just like I was telling you, be positive and stay inactive. And, I know it's easy for me to sit here and say this on my computer, but I've been where you are. I've sat through there. I've rolled around in my bed at night, not able to sleep. I went 2 years without not being able to sleep. And in a roundabout way, it was because of damage that I've done to my body because I was in active addiction for 14 years, It's taken my body a long time to heal, and I'm still healing. I have permanent memory loss. So I do know and understand how you feel. I understand what you're going through, and I'm telling you, you can do it. I believe in you. I believe in you. And if you need somebody to talk you through it and to help get you through it, then reach out to me. If you don't have anybody that you can make a plan with, reach out to me. And before I get off on that tangent, avoid triggers. And drug triggers, things that will trigger you to make you possibly want to relapse. Of course, I mean those. But I also mean like emotional triggers, things that are going to make you sad, mad, negative emotions, things like that. So don't go and watch like The Notebook or I don't know. I can't even think of another sad movie. Don't watch movies that are going to make you cry. Don't do things that are going to set you off, because when you're already at a heightened state with your emotions and already having those bad thoughts or those low thoughts, don't put yourself in a situation where it can make it worse. So avoid those triggers. Eat healthy, especially in early recovery. When we're in active addiction, we don't care about our bodies. We don't care. We're not thinking about whether we're eating 3 healthy meals a day and, little snacking, and we don't care about that. So our bodies are not in the best shape when we get into early recovery. They're not at their peak performance. So trying to eat healthy, and especially when you're going through P.A.W.S, if you're not putting a bunch of junk food in your body, it will make you feel better. If you can try to eat as healthy as possible, it is going to make you feel better, and stay hydrated always. All right, you guys. So kind of wrapping everything up, I just want to say support during all this is vital. and I know that you guys have heard me say this probably a million times, but don't go through this alone. When we are coming out of our active addiction, we're at a very raw place in our lives. We feel like we have been ripped open and laid wide open for the world to see. So that support from our family members, our loved ones, our boyfriends, our girlfriends, husbands, wives, whoever it is, your counselor, your therapist, whoever it is a very vital part to our recovery, because there are a lot of times in our early recovery and throughout all of our recovery that it could be very easy for us to turn and go back to our old ways. And I'm not saying that as a scare tactic to anybody. I'm just saying that because it's true. A lot of people say that relapse is part of recovery. There are plenty of people that choose pathway to recovery and they don't relapse. There are plenty of people that choose the pathway to recovery and they relapse. And then they come back and they relapse, and they come back and they relapse. And I went through my peer training in 2019. And even back then, I hated that saying, but especially so now, because the drugs that we have out on our streets now are crazy dangerous. And a relapse now can take your life like that. So that's why I push so much for people to have support and not go through any stage of the withdrawal period of recovery by themselves, because it's vital. It is vital to have a support system, and not just for people that are in recovery, for people in general. It's vital. Not just for people that are in recovery. We are not built to do this life alone. So that's why I push it. I just want people to make sure that they are creating that environment for their loved one. I want people to make sure that they're creating that environment for their loved ones so that there is no hesitation on the addict's part to be able to come to them and say, this is what I'm going through. This is what I need from you. This is what I want. And on the same token, I want that environment to be a two-way street. I want the addict to be able to come to the friends and the family members and know that it's a open and loving relationship enough to be able to say, this is what I want, this is what I need, etc. And I want the family members or the friends or whatever the case may be to also be able to say, okay, we see that, we understand that, this is what we need from you. Because addicts are manipulators. That's what we do. That's what we have done during our entire addiction. I was really good at it. Really good at it. And it took me a really long time to prove, especially to my daughter, that I wasn't about that life anymore and that I wasn't going to do that anymore. And that when I opened my mouth, that the words that were coming out of it were true. That's why I want that environment to be there. And I know that that's hard, especially on family members, especially if your family member that has been using has done a lot of damage. I understand that. I just want you guys to acknowledge that when your family member is going through that acute phase of withdrawals or this later phase of pause, that it's very easy for us to just feel like we are losing control of the whole situation and to lose sight of why we are doing it. And you don't want that to happen and, it to be a snowball effect. So just try to have open and honest conversations with your loved ones from both sides of the situation there. Create that environment because it needs to be created and it needs to be maintained from both sides of the situation, from the addict's point of view and from the support point of view. Last thing I'm going to say here, remember, you guys, if you're going through this, be patient with yourself, okay? You've gone through X amount of years doing substantial amount of damage to your body. And not just, like I said, through whatever your way of use was, but we also all did substantial damage to our brains and the way that our brains tell the rest of our body that we need to be rewarded for things, that we need to enjoy things, that our body is in actual pain, all of that stuff. So keep that in mind. Be patient with yourself. Don't set unrealistic expectations on yourself. Set small goals. Like, I'm going to get up tomorrow and go sit on the front porch. Or, I'm going to have my coffee outside in the morning. Or set small goals for yourself, especially when you're going through PA.W.S, because it wears you out. Wears you out big time. All stages of withdrawal wear you out. They're hard on you physically, they're hard on you mentally, they're hard on you emotionally, and so is recovery, especially the beginning of recovery. That's hard work. That is hard work, but you are worth it. Don't forget that. Don't let go of that. You are worth it. You deserve this. Don't let go of that. Be patient with yourself. Give yourself a little bit of a break, okay? Remember that you're going through a big life change. And again, it's not just, a physical life change. It is a big physical life change, but that's not the only life change that it is. It's an all over life change. You're doing the whole thing, and that's a big deal. So, like I said, just give yourself a break. And remember, most of the symptoms are temporary. They're going to be gone. So, yeah, you got to deal with it, and it sucks, but just get through it. Just keep your head down, get through it, talk to the people around you, keep in touch with the people around you, so they will know and understand as best to their ability what it is that you're going through, and just allow people to help you. Because that will make it a lot easier on you if you can allow people to help you. And I know when we're not feeling good, sometimes we don't want to let people help us or be around us or whatever. Sometimes I get like that. If I'm not feeling good, I just want to go in my room, shut the door, and be away from people. And, that's okay too. But don't shut everybody out completely so you're just left fighting this battle all on your own, because that's unhealthy and we don't need to do that. And, there's people in your life that love you and care for you, and they want you to come through this on the other side healthy. And like I said, if you feel like you don't have anybody in your life that feels that way about you, then hi, my name is Jessica. All my contact information is in my description box below. And you are more than welcome at any time, 365 days a year, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, to reach out to me, and I will be that person for you. That's all I got for you guys today. Y'all, let me know. I'm really interested to know if any of y'all have ever experienced PA.W.S. If you did, and you are willing to let me know what your experience was with it. And if you didn't know about it, I would like to know that too. So you guys let me know in the comments down below. So before I go, I just want to remind you guys, as always, take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Be nice to each other. You never know what people are going through. Just because they have a smile on their face does not mean that they are okay. It's a very short life that we have on this planet, so be nice to each other. If you guys need me, you know the drill. All my contact information is always in my description box below. I will leave the articles that I used for this video in the description box below. Have a good weekend. If you guys need Narcan, or if you need to be trained in Narcan, send me an email and we will get that put together for y'all. All right, y'all. Like this video if you like it. Hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. Welcome to the family. Y'all have a good weekend, and I will see you Wednesday at 3 o'clock. Love y'all.